This time on Hobby Jones, we're having our first out of 3 looks at the reveals from Adepticon with lots of spacey wolfies.
Hello, welcome to Hobby Journeys. So this time on Hobby Journeys, we're going to be starting to have a look at the reveals that we had at Adepticon this week. So overnight on Wednesday into Thursday morning, they did some Warhammer reveals. They often do. There was some good stuff, Matthew. There was some good stuff. I was enjoying some of the stuff in here.
But you've already seen it. That's not fair, is it?
I might have had a sneak peek. Might have had a little sneak peek. Matthew has not seen any of this, so not all new to him. Some of this could be right up his street. We're going to break this into...
yeah, obviously, because that's the chapter I'm doing.
Oh yeah, well, he can see the screen. And it says Space Wolves. So, spoilers. I mean, you'll know what this video is about because it will say probably in the thumbnail, I imagine. There'll probably be pictures of Space Wolves.
Or in the intro that you've already seen.
Or in the intro where Matthew says, yeah, we haven't recorded the intro yet, but I'm sure Matthew's likely to say something like...
lots of wolfy space wolves.
Lots of wolfy space wolves? Is that what? Well, we'll see when we get to you filming the intro, eh? But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a few videos. So we're going to do 3 videos, which I'll put out maybe a day apart or so, that are going to be looking at each of the 2. There'll be one each for the 2 big reveals as I see them, and then everything else will be in the other video, because there is some other good stuff as well. So there we go. Shall we have a look at the first of our reveals, which is the Space Wolves?
Yeah. Wait, well, these have all been new miniatures.
This is all new miniatures, Matthew. So this is basically we have not had individual units for the Space Wolves so far. So we did the Dark Angels, where they got quite a lot of like the Inner Circle Companions. They got Deathwing Knights and so on. And there was an upgrade sprue as well in there. What we've got here is a very similar thing for the Space Wolves.
Maybe I'm getting that at Warhammer.
If you, I mean, maybe so. I mean, you did want to Krieg, but you know, you could get a bit of both.
Like £200 though.
You could get a bit of all sorts.
So that'll probably cost £120, and I've got £70 to spend on Krieg.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I would say is, so what we've got is back in the day, we used to have the Space Wolves were quite individual. So typically, what you had for the, pretty much every other chapter, you would have your Tactical Marines, Assault Marines, Devastators, with the Tactical Marines being your bolter guys, your run-of-the-mill infantry. Assault Marines usually either having backpacks or just close combat weapons, and they were your close combat guys. And then you had Devastator Marines who had the heavy weapons at the back. This is not how the Space Wolves set up, but they did have their equivalents. So for the Space Wolves, what you had the Blood Claws, I think, who were younger, more impetuous Space Wolves who go into close combat. You had Grey Hunters, who were your Tactical Marines. They were either your bolters, so they're a bit more experienced veterans who would have a bit more experience. And then you had your Long Fangs, who were the old dudes who sat at the back with their big heavy weapons because knees are gone probably. Couldn't stride forward.
Can't run, can they?
Can't run.
Just like you.
And what they've gone for here is a very similar thing. We have Blood Claws. These are your Blood Claws. So, but what we're talking about is basically Assault Marines. I am loving this Lightning Claw that this chap's got.
Wolverine!
I really like, yeah, it could Deadpool. Be. If you gave him another Lightning Claw, he could be, this guy could be...
Maybe the other guy's like Deadpool, he could never die.
I mean, maybe so. I mean, you could paint him up as so as well if you really wanted to.
Deadpool and Wolverine?
But I think these look great, and
He's even got the mud chops.
I think they look even great as you come along because we've got some old school armour. So your normal Primaris armour has the Aquila, etc. A bit more like the guy we saw on the previous page. This guy, that's your sort of Primaris armour. These guys, this is what the Space Wolf armour used to look like back in the day, without the Aquila, with this, with just a little Space Wolf iconography on there. I am loving the harking back. I'm loving the fact they've gone proper old school with this, even down to the extent of beaky helmet. We've got a beaky helmet.
Beaky helmet.
Yeah, absolutely. I am loving that. I embrace this sort of mix of the old with the new. These are obviously the size of a Primaris are going to fit in there. I think there is the Primaris elements to it. Most of the armour does look somewhat like that. The legs are a Primaris leg. But I like this armour. It looks good. What do you think, Matthew? What's your thoughts on these guys?
They're cool.
Yeah.
They're cool.
I mean, you can't go too far wrong because it is just a Space Marine, really. These guys are Assault Space Marines, but they're giving you a few differences here. A bit of variation in the armour and so on. Are you liking the different style of armour? Are you liking this more old school?
I don't really like the old school armour, but I do like the beaky helmet.
Now, what I like about this is, I mean, I do like painting the Quilla. It sets off quite well. I do like a big armour plate to paint though, because you can get some really good gradient on that when you're painting it. So I am quite into that actually. I quite like that. But yeah. No, I really like these. I like these blood claws. I mean, they are just assault marines really, with some different torsos. It could be an upgrade sprue. I don't know how they're going to do it. It could be. It's basically just a normal assault marine sprue, but with an upgrade sprue that lets you build like a couple of extra breastplates in the Space Wolf style. Have some Space Wolf heads, I imagine, etc. Could be that's what they're doing here. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what the actual contents are like. I love this guy though. This guy looks great. I'm loving that.
Wolverine. He's even got the mutton chops, doesn't he?
He's got the mutton chops going on there. You might have to just paint him all yellow. Yellow with the sort of with the black, yeah.
And the other guy next to him in Deadpool.
Yeah, absolutely. Paint him up as Deadpool. Yeah, no, but I really like this. I think they've done a really good job there with the blood claws. Coming over with the Grey Hunters. This guy's got an old school Mark 8, I think it is, helmet. You know, again mixing a bit of that old with the new.
Why are they called Mark? A lot of things are called Mark. Like the first.
Mark is a bit. Mark is a bit like the version.
Oh, because like first tanks were called Mark.
Well, yeah, some of the tanks would be called Mark. Some were Brian, Dave. No, Mark just means the. I don't know why the word is Mark. It is just a word. I don't know why any word is called that word. But yeah, Mark.
Why are you
so you would have Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 4. It's basically like saying version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4. Very similar. I don't know why Mark
why
is the world.
Andrew? Like, why were you called Andrew?
Why was I called? Well, because my parents decided to call me Andrew. That's what it was, you know. But yeah, so I like these guys. They've got smaller bolt guns, so these are bolt carbines rather than being the.
Oh, I've used one of them in Space Marine 2.
Oh, have you?
Okay.
Okay.
Versions. They have normal bolt, they have heavy bolt, and they have bolt.
I think these are meant to be what the old school Space Marines used to use, as opposed to the bolt rifles they have these days. I'm not quite so keen on the bolt carbines. I do quite like the big bolt rifles.
Yeah, it makes sense because they're pretty much the heavy infantry Space Marines.
But I do like that some of these guys are wielding close combat weapons, so I'm fine with that. You know, if they, I mean, maybe that's the point. Maybe they're allowed to have the more heavy bolter. But the bolt carbine, that is, but also have some have the chain swords and so on, and I like these. These are good again with the old school armor going on. I think they look at. I mean, again, I'm not sure if it's an upgrade sprue or not. I'm guessing probably not because of the assault weapons as well as the.
Why have they got the red shoulder plates?
Because that you could paint, because that's just how you paint their shoulder plate. For the Grey Hunters, they have a red and another colour motif to, and the pack they are from, because each squad is a pack, and they have their own marking basically. So this will be the marker for this pack. You can paint whatever colour you want, Matthew. We did yours ones in red and black.
Yeah.
When we painted your intercessors. Yeah.
Up there somewhere.
Yeah, but these are all from one pack, I think, so that's why they're painted as such. So yeah, but no, I really like these guys. I think really good job they've done with these. I think in terms of the updated Marines we've seen for Dark Angels and Blood Angels, because they both had their own individual ones, I think these are the best. I think these. I mean, I do like the Deathwing Knights and so on, but these are your bog standard infantry, and I really like what they've done with these guys. You've got some proper individual infantry for the Space Wolves, which was very much what they did in the second edition, where they had specific packs for the packs and not packs, not like a squad, but packs like a like a box. But yeah, you had a specific box for the Long Hunters and the blood, and they were different. They were completely separate models to the normal Space Marine stuff. I like that. We have Wolfguard Head Takers.
Oh, that was something that I was looking at it when we were looking at the box. That one's really cool.
Yeah, these are good. So your Wolfguard can typically be in Terminator armour. In fact, you've got a box we haven't built yet, but you've got a box of Wolfguard Terminators.
Yeah, the old ones though.
They are the old school ones.
I might not probably.
Well, my thought was we could maybe get some of the newer Terminators and maybe kitbash the two together. Maybe make some Wolfguard that way, or they might release some Wolfguard Terminators. I mean, I'm not certain we've seen everything
when
here.
I go to Warhammer, if it's out by then, I probably might get this and then get some Krieg as well.
Yeah, well, that'd be good. Well, we'll see what's out.
I just won't go all into Krieg then.
Yeah.
Just get this and then some Krieg.
Yeah, well, we shall see what
I'll
happens.
get any Krieger, even though I like the Krieg, it doesn't mean I have to get it now.
Well, you could maybe get like a box of Space Wolves and a box of Krieg, or a couple of boxes of Krieg and a couple of boxes of Space Wolves. I mean, you probably have enough to get a bit of both, won't you?
I mean, if I got this, that'll probably be like £120, won't it? So I could also get a couple of boxes.
Well, we might have even seen the individual releases by then, so
I
you
guess.
know,
So I could get it like.
so you might be able to get piecemeal, or you know, something like that. We'll see anyway. But yeah, so I really like this chap. Big axe, big shield. You can't beat a bit of that. Yeah, this guy. I guess these guys are quite aligned with the Blade Guard veterans. Are you aware of those? Where they wear Gravis armor. So I'm guessing these are going to be Gravis armor. They've got shields, but they wield swords. Big power axe, about the same. No, the Blade Guard Knights are Blade Guard veterans even.
The Chunkers use Gravis armor, don't
they? They do, but Gravis armor is used by quite a few things now.
Oh.
So you've got heavy intercessors wear Gravis armor as well. But you are right, the aggressors do wear Gravis armor. That is right, that is the Chunkers. These guys are basically Space Wolf Chunkers.
Ah.
So big heavier armor, you know, big axes. What do you reckon to these guys, Matthew? Do you like?
I mean, they're my favourite that I've seen so far.
Yeah, I think these guys are cool with the big wolf pelts.
Yeah.
They come with the wolves as well. Some more doggos.
Doggos.
So eventually when we do our range review of Warhammer Wolves.
You'll be painting the dogs. I want the dogs to look.
Oh no, dogs are real easy. Contrast paint over them because the fur will really work well with contrast paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, literally just splash it all over and you'll be absolutely fine. They'll look great.
You're doing the faces though.
Well, what you might do is just splash contrast paint over the whole thing, dry brush it, and then maybe just pick out the teeth, which is really easy with just a little dry brush. That'll be nice and easy. Yeah, so you got this guy, another one. These are some of the other builds. I like this guy. I think that guy looks cool with the helmet. You can't build him with the helmet, but I quite like you've got the helmet with the pelt coming out of it.
I think I'd rather have the helmet because like.
But it's a special helmet because it's got the little wolf pelt coming out of it. Look, so I'm quite liking that. He's got the scarf going.
Why would they choose to not wear the helmets? Wouldn't that put them in more danger from getting hurt?
I think the idea is they're meant to have some sort of force shield going on, or something. It's something like that. I don't know, but you know, it's something along those lines.
What if a Necron comes up to you and like just chops your head off?
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that, Matthew. But here we are. Anyway, then we've got a Wolfguard Battle Leader. He's cool, isn't he? He's very good.
We better get a special release for him, and I'd definitely get him.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see an individual release. But this guy could be built a lot. So you could build him like with a helmet, or I like that head actually.
This is one of the characters I would paint with a helmet.
Yeah, you think so? I like this head. I like the one with the flowing hair. Yeah, I think that looks cool. I think that's a great model actually. I'd probably go with the hammer. I think.
Yeah.
What's in his other hand? Because he hasn't got a.
I'd want a shield still. Though.
I'm trying to see what's in his hand there. Yeah, I'd probably put the shield and hammer combo going on with him. That's probably what I'd go for.
With the flowing hair.
Yeah, I think he looks good though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That is a good model. Yeah, I'd go for that. Wolf Priest.
Oh, look at him.
I know.
Look at that helmet.
So these guys cast runes, I think. I'd definitely go for the helmet with this guy.
So they're like the priests that they have in Crusader Kings. So that obviously not the same thing, but like how you have priests in.
Yeah, well, for the pagans. So they're sort of. I mean. Well, bear in mind the Space Wolves are based on Vikings.
Runes and stuff. That's what.
So these guys are casting the runes and so on. I think these were the Psychers.
I don't think Christians used runes, did they?
No, they didn't. No. And then we've got the Codex coming out as well. This will be the special edition one. I think all of this is what's in the box. So should we have a look at the box contents from what we can see here? Let's get a bit of a bigger look. Here we go. Cool. So you're getting the blood.
The guy in the middle.
You're getting the blood claws. You're getting your tech priest. Not tech priest. You're getting your rune priest or whatever it's called.
I paint his shield in the same blue as they normally have.
Yeah, I think that'd look cool actually, wouldn't it? Or maybe just the outside of it.
No, I don't like the black.
Yeah, maybe so. So what you're getting is everything we've seen here is in this box. You've got the Grey Hunters, you've got your Wolfguard, you've got the Lord, and I'm wondering if there's some more stuff to come because there's a bigger mission here, which is your Longfangs. We haven't seen any Longfangs. They're your heavy weapon guys. I suspect we might get a release for them as well. Although what they might do is hold those back and we'll see them at a later date in the future or something. So maybe that'll be the case. But yeah, I think that's good. I think that box contents looks pretty solid, really. I mean, I'm guessing around about 120 quid, at least maybe 150.
But by the time that we get to Warhammer, I'll have a lot of money, so I could get this and
potentially. Well, the problem with this is this is going to sell out. This will sell out real quick, so we'd probably have to get it on pre-order if we're going to. We can have a talk about that, Matthew. We can see. It might not be out there yet. I mean, sometimes there is a bit of a delay. Sometimes we're seeing these things. I mean, we've got 2 months till we're going, so we've got a bit of time.
And I mean, they're probably mass producing stuff like this, won't they?
Well, there will be, I suspect. But yeah. Anyway, that is the Space Wolves. What are you thinking? Are you happy with what we've seen there?
As I'm doing Space Wolves, of course I am.
And they've done a good job, I think. I mean, I'm liking these. I am liking the heads.
Wolverine.
I'd probably be building a lot of these with the bare heads.
Why don't we just that one guy from that singular box? We just turn him into Wolverine. That one guy.
Why not? I think that'd be a good idea. See if there is 2 lightning claws in the pack, then maybe we could give him a second one. One's fine though. I think just build this guy and paint it up in yellow. Yeah, that'd be nice.
And the rest are just normal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you're pleased with this?
Yeah.
Good kit. Yeah, I think they've done a really, really good job here. I think I couldn't expect any more for what they've done with the Space Wolves. I think real good job. That's good. That. Anyway, we're back with another video. Couple of days.
We might be
wearing the same clothes. Funny.
Totally like.
Yeah, not like we'd filmed them back to back.
Yeah, totally not like definitely not
definitely
doing
not.
it. Yeah.
Anyway, for now, what we're going to say to the viewers, Matthew.
But don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and do everything.
All the things.
All the things.
Bye.
All the things.